Hey Europe, this is Musical.com calling, the best source for news and blogs about the Eurovision Song Contest. If you're looking for a new Eurovision experience online, you should visit us. Our editors have a wide variety of content for you to enjoy, from up-to-date news stories and interviews to fun and interactive quizzes. So if you want to know the latest news or just find out what Eurovision country best suits you, we have it all at Musical.com.
You are listening to a special episode of Eurovision Legends, where I, your host, Eva Löfström, invites some of this year's participants. Today we're going to get to know the two singers, Jesper and Lauritz, from Fyr Flamme. They hooked up in 2017 and decided to start a duo together. But why the 80s sound? Where does the influence come from? How many attempts have they made to reach Eurovision? And are Jesper's dance moves choreographed? Fyr Flamme is last out in the second semi-final on the 20th of May with the song Øverst på hinanden, representing Denmark. Welcome to Eurovision Legends, Jesper Roth and Lauritz Emanuel from Fyr Flamme.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Emil.
Sorry, my Danish.
No, it's absolutely good. You're Swedish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's good.
How are you guys today?
Det är bra.
Jättebra.
Underbart.
Fit. We're good today. The sun is shining in Denmark, and it's now there's only 2 weeks. We're on an airplane going to Rotterdam.
I would like to begin with some quick questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Jesper, first memory from the Eurovision Song Contest.
My very first memory. I was quite old, but I had to say the Olsen Brothers, I think.
In 2000.
Yeah.
Fly on the wings of love. Fly, baby, fly.
Lauritz, name 3 songs from previous Eurovisions you really like.
I like Waterloo with ABBA. I like Brainstorm with My Star.
If my star would fall or disappear at all, I will follow my star to the end of my days and my heart's...
And then I like Lige der hvor hjertet slår with Danish artist Anders Fransen.
Jesper, what are you listening to right now?
That was just introduced me to a guy, an artist called Divine Comedy. It's like chamber pop. It's a little weird, but it's also very good in its own pop way. It's hard to explain, but I fell into a rabbit hole with that.
Lauritz, artist that has inspired you the most?
Just as Jesper said, the Divine Comedy, Queen, Pet Shop Boys, Roxy Music, Jethro Tull in the early days, and so on.
Jesper, favorite country in Eurovision besides your own?
I like when it's a little pointy. So I think I might say Finland.
Lauritz, what are you doing in 10 years?
I'm playing the big festivals in Denmark with Fyr Flamme every summer, and then I'm writing musicals and my own albums as well.
Looking forward. Jesper, what's the best thing with Denmark?
It is that Denmark got its own identity as a small country, and everybody knows that. So we're just enjoying. We're doing our best in soccer. We're doing our best in Eurovision, you know.
Lauritz, if you would move to another country, which country?
I would move to Turkey.
Oh.
And more specifically to Istanbul. That's my favorite city in the whole world.
Oh, I haven't been there yet.
Go.
Last question, and this is for you both. Best song from the Danish pre-selection Melodi Grand Prix history.
Okay, my favorite song, I've known it for a while, but now it's turning to be my favorite. It's Europa with Lars Muhl from 95. It's very good.
Måske kunne du fortælle mig,
Hvad gør en hjemløs, når den hjemløse er dig? Så står du inde og forladt. Så er det dig, der længes i mørket hver eneste nat.
And you, Jesper?
Yeah, today I feel like saying it's a little slow song. It's a very simple song in its music. Fra Mols til Skagen.
Fra Mols til Skagen. Fra Mols til Skagen. Fra Mols til Skagen. Jeg savner dig.
Great, we managed to get through the first part.
We did it.
Lauritz, you are quite the veteran in the Danish music business, and Jesper, you are a famous actor who had a big part in my favorite Danish series since Matador, Sygeplejeskolen. How come you decided to start a band together?
I think there was no way around it. It was coincidence, of course, but when we started, we to make music, we both have this. We really enjoy nostalgic music from the 80s especially, and when we started we knew that we were doing something that nobody else was doing right now, so it's actually we made an oath and we have to keep on doing it.
Yeah, and before the pre-selection in Denmark you had released 2 singles. Shall we take a listen to what they sounded like?
Yeah.
Holder mig fast, du kaster mig rundt. Det er ligesom en drøm. Mit hjerte gør ondt. Må du vide, hvad det er, du forpurer. Forstår du, at du har gjort mig til grin. Har slukket mit sind, har smadret mit søvn. Da du lukkede mig ind. Jeg kan være en vennekåbe. Jeg kan være den sidste dråbe. Jeg kan være alting for dig. En uskyldig dreng eller charlatan. Ubeslutsom svært eller Superman. Vær lige hvem det skal være. Hvem har du tænkt dig du skal være for mig? Når du aldrig ringer. Du ved aldrig hvad der gemmer sig. Eller hvad lykken bringer.
We have just heard Menneskeforbryder and Chameleon.
Yeah, exactly.
I must ask here, did you submit Chameleon to the pre-selection too?
No, we didn't. But we only released Menneskeforbryder, and then we had 2 songs. We had Chameleon, and then we had Øverst på hinanden. And we were actually juggling with what's our next single gonna be, and then we said, hey, what if we take Chameleon as the next single, and then we try to enter the national finals with Øverst på hinanden. So that's the way around it. But a lot of people had said that it would do well in the competition as well.
Absolutely. And I have heard that in 2018 you submitted a song to the Danish Melodi Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's actually the first song we wrote, and Jesper, you actually wrote the most of that song. A very good song, actually.
And it's more classical in the Eurovision context, I would say. Like, if it's possible, even more old school than the one we had now. But I think we actually needed a little success before people believed in us. But now they got our back, so that is good.
When will we hear this song?
Well, actually, we're releasing an album, and it didn't make the cut. So maybe we should send it in again for the next year's competition. I don't know.
Have you submitted more songs since, or was Øverst på hinanden only your second attempt?
That was our second attempt, and we had no fear at all of submitting a song, but it. Since we did it in 2018, Jesper, he suddenly got famous, and I had a lot of the other bands going good as well. So it's been like we've been working for some months, and then it's been quiet for some time, and so this is the it was natural now, but we haven't spoken about it in the previous time.
Lauritz, you are the composer of the song and also the producer together with Rune Borup. What can you tell me about this happy pill?
Well, it started off just as we didn't write it for the festival, but it was we tried to hit that sound, and I actually thought it would be a bit like ABBA or Bee Gees, kind of a late 70s vibe, and then we took some 80s synthesizers and made it more 80s like, and then we made the beat pumped so it would be good in a discotheque in modern times as well. So that's the 3 steps, and of course the lyrics are always funny because it's like putting on some gloves and then you just try to fumble around with it, and then suddenly you have a song.
It gives me vibes of the great band Laban, who had a great international career with the song Love in Siberia. Of course, also of Eurovision legends Kirsten O'Sön. And that is definitely a compliment, but you guys were hardly born back then, so how come you fell in love with this style of music?
My own history is that my parents just took the music that they liked from the 80s and brought it into the 90s. Because I don't think they were able to get on the grunge train and all that. And, then there was new sort of dance top, which was maybe a little too much for them. So my life have just been listening to 80s music in the 90s.
And you, Lauritz?
It's the same thing. We're from the outcasts of Denmark, where they're always they're so late. So when everybody was listening to the contemporary music, people were 10 years behind.
How do you label your music?
Yeah, that's actually a good question, because we have no intentions of only making 80s music. Right now, we are very much inspired by the 80s, but I think I would say...
So you mean that on your next album you can be inspired by Ace of Base?
We could be, but I think what I'm trying to say is that the sound is actually only a sound. There is some songwriting and some lyrics behind it. So you can play a song that's just universally good by the campfire, or and then you use the sound to so people also understand it. So we stand on the shoulders of artists as Elton John and Queen and of course Laban, and then we put these 80s clothes on them right now. So probably we could make these 90s house piano things as well. That wouldn't surprise me. So, but I think we're making pop music.
Who did you see as your biggest competitor in the Melodi Grand Prix?
Well, I knew from the start that Thomas Budensjön and Chief One had a good pop song that was like more up to date in 2021. So I knew that they would be in the top 3.
And you know it?
Same thing. Actually, I have no clue what taste people has, but in my own opinion, they had a strong song, and they are a charismatic duo as well. So yeah, I agree.
With 37% of the votes, you won the Danish pre-selection. Were you surprised?
you can't be surprised with the because we had so many great experiences this last 6 months where we have been releasing music. So we knew that we had a good chance, but I would say it another way. If another competitor had won, we wouldn't be surprised either. We knew we had a chance, but it was such an amazing experience. I would say that.
This is the first time since 1997 and Kulikai that we will hear Danish sung in the contest.
Ja, hallo, det er Kai. Kan jeg snakke med hende den søde? Hvem er den søde? Ja, stemmen i mit liv.
Were you ever in doubt about the decision to keep the song in Danish?
Not really. We, of course, we had to talk about it right after we won. With the Danish broadcast and all that, but there was no discussion. We had a little fun earlier about our other songs that they would work in German, but that was not possible, so we had to keep it in Danish. And the way Lauritz is writing is with a certain kind of humor and a Danish identity, and it would just be ruined if we translated it.
Is there an English version of it recorded that can be released after Eurovision when you have won?
No, sorry. Where people have to learn Danish for that. Yeah, but it's a very, very elegant and very simple language. Everybody will learn it quickly.
Yeah, right.
But it's funny that you ask. We just talked to two Germans, ESC journalists, and they were asking the same. And I just thought that it would be so funny to do it after the competition.
Yeah. The title of the song, Øves på hinanden, translates to practice on each other. As a Swede, I can barely understand the lyrics, but most of our listeners can't at all. Would you like to explain to them what the song is about?
Yeah, the whole scene is a dance floor. You can maybe see Saturday Night Fever or something like that, and the time is moving very slowly. And you have a couple on the dance floor, and they don't know how to do the first steps, but they just have to start dancing and try stuff and see how the other one reacts, and maybe do some wild thing and just pray to your creator that she or he will catch you. And you can translate that even further to the rest of your life. You can't practice in front of your mirror. You have to just get out there and start doing it, and then learn it on the way, and practice on other people as well.
What can we expect on stage in Rotterdam?
Well, we decided quite fast that we would keep it as it is, because our performance is lifted, and it's going through the song by its own energy, which you can't keep or choreography. So it's going to be good. We are well aware that we are performing our song in our own language, and foreigners are listening, and I think that's the thing that you can tell from our faces expression. So it might be quite subtle, but we will not ruin this honest way of performing by 1,000 of dancers and all that.
Jesper, your style of dancing is very energetic, as it looks like you just cannot contain your excitement. Is it choreographed or spontaneous?
It is spontaneous, because that is the way I am dancing.
I love it.
Okay, because somebody I talked to afterwards, they was, "What are you doing?" I don't know. I had to see the contest on the television before I can tell what I was doing. But now I got a little idea. But I will not be too self-aware of what I am doing, because I'm not born as a dancer. And the choreographer told us that, so she was like, "You guys are good. Just be happy, do what you're doing. You're an established band, and just take it away."
Have you listened to your competitors yet?
Yeah, we have. Especially from our semi-final, we heard them all. There are some strong songs there, no doubt about it.
Do you have any favorites?
Well, I have to say Iceland, mainly because of the tracksuits. No, because I think the people who are going to vote for us may also vote for Iceland. It's I think it retracts the same people, kind of.
I gotta say Iceland too. Yeah, it's like they have some kind of the same DNA as us. And I must say, I like Finland from keeping their style, their identity. I guess they have a style which haven't been very modern since Evanescence, and I think that is very brave. They're so cool, and you can tell that it's an established band when you see them.
You will perform as the last act in the second semi-final on the 20th of May. This is considered the best starting position and is known as the pimp slot. What do you guys think about that? And I mean the starting position, not pimps.
But can you explain us why it's called the pimp slot? I'm very interested in that.
Actually, I don't know, but they always say it's a pimp slot, but it's considered the best start position.
Okay, well, that. In that case, it's because they want us to go to the finals, so I'm very flattered about that. I think it's good. So before voting, it's the last thing that people will remember, of course. But I really don't know. I think it's very good that there are some quiet songs just before us. So I'm going to take that with me, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Denmark has 3 victories. Dansevise in 1963, Flying the Wings of Love in 2000, and only Teardrops in 2013.
Fly on the wings of love. Fly, baby, fly. How many times can we win and lose? How many times can we break the rules between us? Only teardrops.
2 songs in English and 1 in Danish. Are you planning to even the score?
Who would ever say no? We're gonna do our best, and it would be amazing if we could show the world that it was possible, and if we could show Denmark, because there is no doubt that afterwards a lot of journalists were, how were you doing that? And they were actually initiating sometimes that it was kind of arrogant, and that's the totally opposite of what we're doing. So that would be amazing.
If you bring home the contest to Denmark next year, which city do you wish to host it?
I would say Marstal on Ærø. I think they have the capacity in the sports arena.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what do you say,
it's a
Jesper?
very small town, but they got the capacity. It's a smaller island in southern Denmark, and there would be the right place for that. We got a sports hall.
Would you like to host the contest too?
Like back in my house?
No, no, I mean to be the host, the presenter.
Yes. I would. That's so much. Yes, because we just found out these days that both Jesper and I are very good at English.
Perfect then. Before we say goodbye, Jesper and Laurits, what would you like to say to all my listeners?
Yeah, please vote for Fyr Flamme, vote for hope, vote for curiosity, vote for the great feeling. What do you say, Jesper?
This is an opportunity to feel connected, because Eurovision Song Contest connects people like a sport competition, and that's what we need right now. And what you vote for, it's by your own taste, but if you vote for us, you vote for the good energy and for being yourself.
When will the album be released?
Well, no planned date, but we really hope to do it before our tour, which is starting in the end of August.
Looking forward. Good luck in Rotterdam, guys.
Thank you so much, Emil.